Welcome everyone to EJ's Pro Pick'em Show. This is week 2. I'm your host Dennis James. I'm here again with my producer Lawrence Jones. I'm also here with my co-host Sean Harris, and then we're here with our show contributor Derek Arnold. This week we're going to talk about some of the games from week 2, and we're also going to look at the picks for week 2. But first of all, I got a question for Derek. What's going on with your boys? What's going on with the Cardinals?
Feast of famine.
Feast of famine.
Feast of famine. If DA don't get the ship right, we're gonna see Max. We're gonna see Max Hall or John Skelton, and I think that those two cats got promise. I mean, they're rookies, but you gotta learn something. So we'll see.
All right. Well, let's get into the winners for this week. Proud to announce this week's winner is yours truly. I went 11-5, 138 points. I hit 2 games on the head. Guy Chiappani also got his. That's my second division win. Guy Chiappani got his second division win as well. I won the independent conference. Tim Bushner won the American conference. He went 11-5, 126 points. Mike DeBose got his first division win in the Zion division with 117 points. Michael Toes, the early rookie of the year candidate, went 11-5. He won the Rice division and he had 132 points. Jamie Norris back in there as usual with 118 points, winning the Joanne division. And then we mentioned Guy and Tim. They're perennial. I guess you can call them Hall of Famers. They're there every year. Garrett Nelson got the season high in wins this week. He got 12 wins, so right now that's the season high. Next thing we want to talk about is, I guess this year we got 7 rookies in the league this year. And they're not looking too well. We got 6 rookies. Yeah, Mike Toes looking pretty good. Actually, he's number 2 overall. But the rest, we got 3 rookies under 500 after 2 weeks. But like I said earlier, Mike is an early rookie of the year candidate. Even last year's rookie of the year, David Thomas, is under 500. Right now, we got 9 players under 500. Anybody got an explanation why everybody start off to such a rough start?
This is early. We still don't know what teams are good and what teams are bad necessarily. So
I'm not having a problem.
I mean, it's like the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, the Colts are winning too.
No, they won.
They won. They won.
They won. They won. They beat up on Big Brother beat up on Little Brother again.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Tampa Bay and Kansas City 2-0. Did nobody expect that? So
Right.
There's a lot of surprises right now.
And the San Francisco 49ers.
I gotta make sure this is on tape too. The two-time champion King James, my dad, he's also under 500. I want to make sure everybody hears that. I want to make sure everybody hears that.
I'd hire a taster at Thanksgiving if I was you.
All right. Also, right now, the early lead. I got the biggest lead right now, 51 points in our division.
Yeah, let's go to something else.
What's going on? I'm gonna run away with it, Sean. What's going on with you?
I'm only 50 points back.
Okay, only 50. That's a lot after 2 weeks.
Yeah.
All right. The other thing is Fred, who's been a contributor to this show before. What's going on with Fred? He's setting the record for futility. He's out to the worst start ever after 2 weeks, 10-22. Actually, he broke the record by 3 games, which is amazing.
I think Pretty Tony's sticking himself right about now.
All right, let's go to the key games this week involving the picks. Which game you think guys is key? Just take a guess.
Probably Kansas City and Cleveland.
That was one. Yeah, that was a key game because 20 out of 42 picked Cleveland over Kansas City, and then with the score was 16-13.
16-14.
16-14. I think a lot of people got 3-point bonuses on that one. Pittsburgh, Tennessee was a key game. Only 13 people picked the Steelers, but Tim Bush and Michael Toes, those are 2 key picks for them getting their division wins. Baltimore, Cincinnati was another key game. Only 13 picked the Bengals to win.
I picked the Bengals.
But it didn't help you get a division win though.
Yeah, I'm in second though.
but everybody that picked the Bengals though in that game did get a 3-point bonus. 20 out of we already talked about Cleveland, Kansas City. The median game for the week was Seattle, Denver. That was down the middle. 21 for Seattle, 21 for Denver. And the Jets, New England was another key game. 10 out of 42 picked the Jets.
I picked the Jets.
Still didn't get you nothing.
Yeah.
And Tim Bush and Michael Toes both hit those as well. All right, I guess now it's time to bring up the somber news. Guess we gotta talk about.
Do we have to talk about?
Yeah, we gotta talk about the
So
Browns.
what is he from Northeast Ohio?
We gotta talk about the Browns. What's going on? DeLone got hurt again. We kind of actually you said you thought it might have been a good thing for Wallace to start. And you still believe that?
Yeah, I still think it's better off with Wallace starting. He gives him some mobility. It was a few plays I think he would have, DeLone would have been sacked. That Wallace made a few plays out of, but I mean, I think they're better off with Wallace. I think, and then I'm kind of worried about these rumors about Kevin Cobb. That's a whole other issue.
You actually think that's gonna go down when they
I
draft McCoy?
don't think
that don't even make sense to me.
I don't know. I mean, they just said. I mean, rumors are that they actually talked to Philadelphia about it. Doesn't necessarily think it means it's going to happen, but
You're always talking to Philadelphia. You're talking to Philadelphia about McNabb.
yeah. But I mean, that's not going to happen now. But I mean, Kevin Cobb is still a possibility.
All right.
Well, the Browns need an offensive game plan. They need an offensive
they need
strategy.
Yeah.
It's like this.
Well, that's my next point.
Yeah.
One thing they can do is get Cribbs and Harrison the ball enough. They still haven't done that. Seems like it to me.
They need to forget about these pie in the sky theories about what system works and what doesn't, and look at the players they have and create a system that works around them. If Brian Dable can't come up with it, get another offensive coordinator who can.
Well, James Davis, he's going to get a lot of carry. He might get some carries if they've been practicing him a lot.
So what happened to Harrison? I mean, Harrison played pretty well down the stretch last year. They're not gonna give him a chance.
That's what it
Because
looks like.
Mangini doesn't like him. Mangini's a little, he's a dick like that.
Harrison isn't happy right now. They're looking towards James Davis right now. Just don't be surprised if he gets a few more carries.
That's stupid, man. Because they
Especially after
he
he did so well. They went 3-1 in those games last year when he played well.
Yeah, I mean he played
Four.
well.
They
played
won
well.
in like the last 4, I believe.
But yeah, they was playing a few teams that didn't really
No, I mean,
care.
Mangini doesn't like him. And Mangini's the kind of coach that if he doesn't like you, he'll either get rid of you or not play you.
He doesn't like him personally, or is it
Personally.
he doesn't like him on the
Nah,
field?
I don't think it's
Personally,
I
yeah.
don't think it's personal. They just
I've
have a certain
heard it.
type of back, and he wants somebody to compound the ball, and they was going to do that with Monterio Hardesty, but that didn't work out.
All right. The next thing is after 2 games, the time to reevaluate the Browns. I mean, I don't think any of us had them making the playoffs, but I think a lot of us thought they could win 5 or 6 games.
I thought they win at least one of these.
Yeah, I thought they would win both of them actually, but now they're 0-2. So
Well, I think part of the problem is like they always start off fast for them, and then in the second half it's like they
they'll make adjustments. They'll make adjustments. They don't.
Yeah, they just shut down.
I still think they're better than
make adjustments. That's surprising.
they're still better than last year though.
Yeah, that defense. The defense is great. I mean, defense
You
is
can't say
amazing.
that.
can't
They played
say
2
they
teams.
play
Yeah,
Tampa Bay.
no offense.
Okay, their defense isn't bad.
All right, I'll give them that.
The defense has kept them in the games to win.
Well,
All right.
we'll see this week.
Now we got to talk about your next favorite team, Sean. Steelers. They lost. They lose. They win again. They lose Dixon, another quarterback. So and then Charlie Batch came in. So they were down to their 4th string quarterback this year, and they still won.
And they brought back Leftwich.
Yeah, they brought back Leftwich, but I mean, Batch was a 4th string quarterback
Yeah.
because Leftwich was number.
It was the second.
Leftwich
Yeah.
was second string.
Or 3.
He got hurt. And
Yeah,
Dennis Dixon.
but they still win. The defense right now looks more
Yeah.
dominating than ever. They
And
created
guess who's
7.
back?
Yeah, they created 7 turnovers, and once again, Palomalo made a big play to seal the victory in this game. Why can't they do that? Why can't the Browns do anything similar to that?
Because of their defense. They got probably the best defense in football.
2 words: organizational discipline. The Steelers, you know what they're about. You know how they roll. They get. I mean, ever since the Chuck Noll days, they got somebody. They get people to fit their system. When Chuck Noll left, they got a young defensive coordinator and to coach the team. Bill Cowher, he had his run, got a Super Bowl.
Mike
Then they
Tomlin,
got a young defensive coordinator, Mike Tomlin.
He got a Super Bowl with
He
the
got
Cardinals.
He got a freaking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's like they get the same kind of guys. They have a system and they stick to it.
Yeah.
Right now, after like I said,
Browns
we reevaluated the Browns for 2 games. A lot of us didn't think the Steelers. I had them sticking in the playoffs, but a lot of us didn't even have them in making the playoffs. What are your thoughts about it now?
I still don't. I still think Cincinnati and Baltimore are better than Pittsburgh. So I give them credit. I mean, they've been able to squeak out a couple of wins here, but I still think Cincinnati and Baltimore are better teams.
Now, there was one concern. They did have a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter, and they almost blew it. Tennessee came down the field and they had a chance to tie the game up. You know, and they had that issue last year, blowing leads late. You think that's a concern for the future?
Yeah, I think it would be. But of course, I mean, they got the ultimate Band-Aid in Polamalu, so.
Now, is it a fact because the offense hasn't been moving the ball enough, defense has been on the field too long, and they weren't down in the fourth quarter? Is that pretty much what it's been?
Yeah, I think it's yes.
Okay. So a lot of that may be resolved once your boy Raplesberger comes back. All right, let's go on to some of the other notable games from Week 2. Baltimore, Cincinnati, the Bengals win yet another division game. I didn't see this game. I missed a lot of games this week. Anybody got thoughts on that Baltimore, Cincinnati game?
Palmer needs to get it together. He definitely needs to get it. He missed a few touchdowns, a few open receivers. You know, they could have very easily lost that game, but.
You know, Flacco had 3 turnovers. That was the key out here.
Yeah. And, you know, there was some questionable calls, you know, against the Ravens, but overall it was a grinded-out game. It could have went either way. The difference was, you know, was the turnovers.
Ray Lewis went into a tirade about something. I didn't quite see what that was about. Was he upset at the offense? What was that about?
No, his calls that the refs made. I think one play they called him for what was it, unnecessary?
What was reference on the quarterback?
Yeah, reference on the quarterback, and then the other one was
I think Terrell Suggs.
Oh yeah, was it a helmet to helmet or
something like that? Yeah, it was another penalty that kept the drive alive, I think.
Yeah, so his beef was just more with the rule and the referees calling it on him and Terrell Suggs.
All right, the next game, talk about the Patriots and the Jets, another key divisional game. Jets talking all this smack and he backed it up. The Wheatley got out to an early lead, and what was funny though, it seemed like they just played better when Revis went down. That's when they seemed to start making their run. Is this a team? To me, this seems like a team that wants that adversity. It seems like the more adversity, the better they seem to step up.
Maybe so. That'll go well for them next week.
Well, I didn't really. Part of it was Moss wasn't really playing up to his standards because there's a lot of catches that he bobbled. He bobbled a touchdown pass, and there were some other catches that he
burned him on one touchdown.
But yeah, that was like that was.
That was a 34-yard touchdown
I still think that was kind of funny.
It was sweet.
All of a sudden he get burnt, and all of a sudden his hamstring bothering him.
Oh yeah,
I think that's kind of.
It was a hoe move, but no, that was really the only thing he did. And then after the first half, he just disappeared.
And what did they do to Brady? I mean, did they get? I didn't see the game, but it didn't seem like they were getting a lot of pressure.
They couldn't get a running game going, and I think Cromartie. People got to give Cromartie credit. He did a good job against Randy Moss. He pretty much shut him down the rest of the game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Actually, I think Cromartie matches up better.
Yeah, he's
matching
Revis.
Yeah,
6'3".
I think that might have been the key when Revis went down. The other thing is, in that game, Shake said it seemed like he stepped up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's Ryan last week. Kind of seemed like he
too conservative
because I think he gave the Ravens too much respect because he built that defense. And this week he said he opened the playbook up a little bit for Sanchez.
New England's defense sucked.
Oh, that's true. I ain't gonna say their defense is not good. I ain't gonna say it sucks. I ain't gonna say it sucks.
Sanchez.
I'm sorry. With the other things like Braylon Edwards was actually playing his butt off.
Yeah,
but of course he's going to do that after he leaves Cleveland.
Well, of course, then after that he goes down to DUI.
Yeah.
2 days later.
And then
DWI.
And then in the second half, Cotchery was making plays, so they had some consistency as far as with the receivers helping out Sanchez.
And Dustin Keller was like the main beneficiary of it. Half of Mark Sanchez's yards were to Dustin Keller. It's like Sanchez had 220 yards. Keller got 115 of those.
Yep.
Ryan realized how bad England's defense was after a while.
Okay, I think we're approaching time for a break, but we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into a couple more games: Texans and the Redskins, and Chicago and Dallas.